Hello, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Front Mission 5, Scars of the War. So as you can see, I'm in the middle of the last battle we did there. I felt like this was more or less where things started to go really wrong for me in the previous attempt. So, I thought I would just kind of play up to this point and then get us back into the action instead of repeating the first engagement of the battle against the two strikers that start over here, which is fairly trivial. My engagement with the strikers went fairly well, I would say. I didn't get much in the way of friendly fire, and I was able to successfully disable one of them with an EMP attack, and thereafter get a bunch of links on it and just take it down, no problem. The first helicopter that engages you, I was able to move back far enough to draw it away from the other enemies because of its greater movement range, and just take it out with a link between Walter, Randy, and Jamie. So that was really no issue, whereas in the previous battle I kept poking at it with Jamie, but it just kept dealing more and more missile damage to my units, and it was wearing me down. That hasn't been a problem this time around. So what is the current situation? Well, there was a trap, I believe, here, which I was able to explode, and there was one up here as well, which I also exploded. So you can see this unit is down to about 25% life, and that is because it got hit twice with a trap. And this unit is down to about 60%, or slightly over 60%, you might say. And that is because it got hit with one trap. Aside from that, all my units are almost at full life. Jamie did get hit with a trap that was like over here, ish. He moved up in order to destroy the trap up here, and then he was hit subsequently by a trap himself. But I was able to repair him with Randy, so he's almost at full life. And I have one trap over here left, and one trap over here left. So, what I'm currently debating is whether I want to engage at this point, or if I want to retreat further and try to use this trap to deal more damage. And honestly, I am feeling like I am going to retreat further, because I don't think the enemies are going to get a lot of sort of one-sided engagements against me while I'm on retreat. And I may be able to destroy one of them with a trap. So, with that said, I will go ahead and try to make a tactical retreat into this avenue here. This building can be used in order to get some terrain advantage on the enemy, as can this one, I believe. So if we could get them in a crossfire from up here, well, they would only really be able to hit us with launchers and helicopters. That could be quite advantageous for us. But we'll have to see how that goes. I am a little bit concerned about how it's all going to go down if they have launchers wailing on us and we aren't able to respond because we've got buildings in our way. But we'll see how it goes. Let's just try this. It's a very different approach than what I did in the last attempt, and given how things turned out in the last attempt, I think that can only be a good thing. So, Walter at full life. I don't need to do any restoration with him. I can just full-on retreat with Damon, even though it's going to cost me in the way of AP. I think it's worth it because I will rely on the jammer capacity to enable his attacks at long range. That's good. I purposely put Christine there so as to draw the enemies in and reduce the chance of her getting flanked too severely. Nice, we got a nice friendly link engagement there. Okay. So let us... Okay, I think Jim... Oh, Jim, what am I going to do with you? Maybe I should disable this guy. I think I'm going to do that. That's the maximum range at which I could use my EMP. But I think this might be a better spot because it gets me further away from that trap. Let's do it. If that happens, then I have to take the engagement because having this guy disabled means I get infinite free melee attacks in on him. And that is nothing to sniff at. Let's go. Okay, we've got to take this engagement. Okay. Myself from getting in a crossfire here. Do want to stay in a position from which I can retreat. Need to. And would like to clear the way so I could get a clear shot on these enemies. But you know, I think I am just going to have to stick it out here. I don't really have much of a choice. It's okay. We can still retreat the next round. This guy will be taken care of shortly. And then this allows us to attack from here. It's done. Don't have any healing to do with Randy, so I think... But at the same time, if I did attack with Randy, nobody would be able to get a link with him. So I think I am just going to get out of here. Oh, that was a mistake. I could have got Walter in on that. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't thinking there. Let's move. It's still not close enough to get a hit in. So we're just going to move up here with Damon. And I'm going to get Walter into defensive position, where we can try to establish a crossfire. Lots of enemies inbound. Okay. This guy, Unfortunately, it doesn't tell you how much AP an attack by him would burn, so... Just figured he had so little life left. Yeah, that was the right move, I think. And then we're gonna get the heck out of here. Hopefully, I'm not abandoning Christine to her fate, as I did in the previous attempt. Which is a very, very, very foolish mistake I made. I think I should be okay, though. And Walter... Now, what is going on with this helicopter? Feel like it is going to be in a position to attack us within the next round. So I'm going to move up here and try to get in a position where I can hit it. That was a correct assumption. Yeah, go for the shotgun, why not? Run! Oh man, that camera. It's killing me. Okay, so this puts him in a position where he can actually EMP this helicopter. And it is in big trouble now. It's time for you to die, my friend. You need to heal Christine. This does mean he is going to take a missile hit, I believe, but we need to keep her life up. She doesn't really have sufficiently upgraded parts. I would like to see her have a bit more high-level body parts, at least, to give her more HP, more defense. She really needs them. Oh, man. That's kind of frustrating, I have to say. Yeah, just as I predicted. I think I just got her out of there in time. And I have drawn them into a trap. Just give me one moment. I believe Jamie would be a good option for hitting that trap. Steve is going to book it out of here. I want to keep drawing them further in and spread them out as much as possible. actually have a line of sight there? Or is that gonna... No. Bad idea, bad idea. From there, I should be able to hit them. I really wish it gave you like an arrow demonstrating, or a line demonstrating whether you would hit them or not. I think it... Does it actually have some functionality like that? I can't quite recall. I feel like that's something that was in the game, but be wrong. Actually, before I do this, though, I do want to move Randy just to be absolutely sure that we are okay here. And should Randy restore her life or repair his arm? I think he's got to restore her life because she needs to be sent out to the front line again. And this, no. I'm still worried about that shot. There's a possibility of friendly fire there, and I don't want to take the risk. Solid hit. And you are going to take another hit. Yeah, about the missile launcher, I did want to just mention that I have been trying to avoid using Focus Up because I think it negates the chance of you triggering either MS Burst or AP 0, or AP Cost 0. So I'm thinking the best way to use it is probably only in the case that you could get a kill by using Focus Up. I may be wrong about that, but that's my kind of guess as to how to properly use the launcher. It's time for you to die. You're just dead. No question. I think 63 will be enough to kill him. Yeah. It's good actually that Damon is soaking a little bit of damage. Okay, so Christine is ready to head back out, and let's just... Oh my god, this guy is in trouble. Actually, the intelligent thing to do here is to first disable this guy with the EMP. Oh, I had to try. Randy, I believe, is not an aggressive pilot, so I don't think he will try to friendly fire our guys in this link engagement. That is the helicopter mode you can activate by pressing the square button, and it can be useful in situations like that to see just what's going on. Yeah, that was a bad time for you, buddy. I could go out and fight, but I think I want to get up on this building instead. Oh, can he... It's not really too useful, because he just lost his arm, that's all he lost, so... He's gonna have to do a restore. And there's really nothing Damon can do here, so I'm just gonna move back with him. And... possibly... I will just use this. Just one more moment. Okay, yeah, very sorry to be answering text messages while doing this, but things do happen sometimes. You get urgent messages. Walter, I will use a repair on you. Excuse me. Kind of figured they were going to do that. Alright. Have to be careful about how I move here. If I retreat this way, they could conceivably just attack from up here, and that would be very bad for me. So, I think I'm going to have to take an engagement on top of this building. Looks like a department store or something. Oh, it's a warehouse. You can actually see that it says, like, Tauro. That's a Bonta maker brand. It's like some kind of warehouse here. So I'm going to move maybe here. Christine. Actually, let us first move you here. Repair her all parts. You move up here. Try to draw them out. Jamie attacks from over here. Then we want Damon to be in a position to hit you. Yes. So you can see their MS burst triggering on the enemy. It gives us some bonus damage. I think is good for us in the long run to use it. And I'm going to move Walter here in the hope that this will draw them further in. Seems like this is a bad angle to attack from for them, but I'm just gonna see how this works out with Walter. Oh no, they're gonna be able to get a clean hit on us from there, which is unfortunate. Oh, hello there. Okay, well this went far better than I expected. They are in big trouble now. I am going to use the EMP on this Enyo because I believe it is the greater damage dealer. It has greater damage dealing potential, given that this guy is so low on life already. Oh. Randy. Yeah, I'll kill this guy with Jamie, and then Randy can heal Damon. Actually, he's better off staying here because he can get a link in, and that will likely deal more damage from that position. Okay, so let's stay there. Repairs. And we will repair all parts. Before we do that, let's take care of this guy. It's Jamie. There you are. Gonna move you down here so that you can continue to move forward in the next round. Actually, this is probably a better position. Minimize our chance of friendly fire. Not that it really matters, he's gonna just get killed in the link. Oh, there you go. Okay. So let's make sure these are all... Yeah, that's pretty much where I want things to be. And we'll go ahead and... Oh, excuse me. Oh, she can't attack up that far! Oh, that's so disappointing. No, no dice. The elevation difference is too big for using a melee attack. That's really unfortunate. Alright. Okay, well, this is a situation where I feel like using focus up would be a good idea. And it didn't work at all. Fine. Not an issue. Can't do anything. Switch back to that. Turn. Yeah. I knew he was gonna try to do something like that. Alright, you are not going anywhere, my friend. Stay right there. I believe this would be a good chance to restore Randy's arm, and he'll just participate in the links, but not actually attack himself. Now, we have to consider how the next engagement is going to go down at this point. So we got two Vonsers to deal with from over there. Hang on. That's not what I want. I want this thing. Is that it? Oh, it is it. Okay, so we have to choose how we're going to take this engagement. I feel like drawing them in here would be a good option again. Not necessarily too keen on the idea of engaging them out on the street here. It's not hugely important what we choose, because I feel like we have a significant advantage at this point. But we'll see. I feel like just setting up a similar ambush position is probably a solid way to go with this. Actually, would probably be best to move Christine. Oh, you can move up here. Can you attack this guy? No, you cannot. Can you attack this guy? Cannot. Wow, you are supremely useless in this situation. This is a situation where I feel like I'd really get some advantage out of giving her a repair backpack. There are a number of times when you can't actually use your striker for much of anything. So if you give them a repair backpack, it can be quite useful. So you're just gonna sit pretty. Nothing much for you to do. Get out of the way. Let the ranged attackers fight. Okay. And Damon is able to attack this guy because of the jammer. Walter can just move up here. No reason not to get as close as possible to attack. Yeah, and I mean, like, because there is that height difference between these units, there's no point in taking away his attack capability, because he can't even melee Walter for the minimal damage that he could do if they were fighting on level ground. So Walter is just going to go ahead and attack again. And this guy's got no arms, so he is just dead in the water, so to speak. We do have to kill this guy, I think, to aggro the next wave of units. So let's just consider how we are going to go about. That's the edge of the map. Go about this. Yeah. I could move all my units back here and try to draw them into this trap, but I feel like that might be overthinking the situation a little bit. Yeah. I think we can just, we'll just see what the enemies do. I think actually the ideal thing to do would be to move some of our units here, and then other units up here, and try to catch them in a crossfire in the intersection, like what happened to me in my previous attempt. That is probably a good idea. So let's go ahead and move Jamie up. What can Randy do that would be useful? Can move up along with Jamie. And I might as well start moving up with Damon. I don't feel like it's worth using that missile on this guy because he has no capacity to deal damage to us. So instead, I'm going to look at reloading this turn. So Jim... Oh... Kind of wonder... Oh yeah, I can't get down from there. Okay, I was like, can I even get down from here? Answer is yes. So I think I'm going to attack with Walter because he can move more next turn. And then start moving with Jim. And we will move you up here. And then we'll move Randy over here, and then I can get another link. Good. So let's say move there. And Walter will just up here-ish. Jim, move up there. Stay out of the way of that explosive, just in case. And Jamie I'm gonna hold back with. And Randy, you can do some more repairs. Wow, they're not even going to aggro, they're just going to say, come at us. Alright, so be it. Can't actually get through there, I don't think, so I will just try to move over to the edge of this intersection so that I can maybe get a good angle on them. Now that is similar to the move I made in the last engagement, or the last attempt I made with Christine, which got her killed, but in this case we have an overwhelming advantage in terms of numbers and firepower, so I'm not particularly concerned. Damon's just finishing up his turn, or finishing up the round, I should say. Alright, now then, what is going on here? He is attacking Walter. Okay, if that's where you want to put yourself, be my guest. right there. Attack. So why did I put myself in the crossfire there? It's because I can attack with these two characters against this guy, and then at the same time attack with Jim on this guy and still get double link on this front enemy, this walrus here. Maximize my link potential that way. And this sort of has the feel of being over at this point. Yes! Look at that experience roll in.
Tango Team, Area 2から増援要請。敵大型機動兵器の侵入が確認された。いけるか？タンゴ6、了解。すぐ向かう。タンゴ6から前期、デカ物が出た。エリア2、ポイント1に移動する。パラダイスバーガーの前だ。なんだって？破壊されたらジャンクはお預けだ。タンゴ7から前期、みんな俺のために死ぬ気で戦ってくれ。オーケー。こちらタンゴ20、帰ったら自分のスタンプカードを進呈します。タンゴ20、支援を感謝する。スリム人形が当たったらお前にやるぞ。こちらタンゴ6、時期到着する。状況を知らせろ。デカ物が辺り構わず撃ちまくってやがる。くそ、雑タイムはスタンプカードは無効になった。トニーズもだ。タンゴ6から前期、聞いた通りだ。しばらく飯は基地で食え。タンゴ6より各機、飯と一部隊員の個人的な恨みを晴らすぞ。今回は敵の中に大型機動兵器がいる。グローニング型タイプ B2、 都市戦に特化した制圧仕様だ。見ての通り、腕に巨大なパイルバンカーが装備されている上に、でかい図体に似合わず機動力も高い。接近戦でのリスクは高いが、間接攻撃では機動力で相殺する厄介なやつだ。警戒を怠るな。現在敵の市街侵入が予測より多い状況にある。もたもたしていると戦局が不利になるぞ。全員迅速に行動しろ。
Alright, so we had a little bit of comedy there, some banter among the unit, and when Randy's talking there, I made a mistake in the translation. He doesn't say we're dead if we go out there. He said, like, fight to the death, or like, he said like, shinuki de tatakai, so like, fight as if you mean to die, because you have to protect that Paradise Burger. You know, it's just so important. And then the Paradise Burger gets blown up, and they're like, "Oh, those, you know, stamp cards are no good anymore." And we're gonna have to eat in in the mess hall, and everybody's like, "No." So, yeah, just kind of, I don't know if it's the greatest humor, but it's kind of a running joke in the Front Mission series. This Paradise Burger, and especially has to do with Randy, you know, being this like childlike, big, lovable idiot who's just obsessed with hamburgers and, you know, that whole thing. Alright. Oh, he also says, like, next time I go to the Paradise Burger, I'm gonna get, like, the Slim Doll, which I think is supposed to be, like, the Happy Meal toy, that he picks up in his Paradise Burger meal. So that's pretty much everything that's going on in that somewhat poorly translated cinematic there. Alright, so let's take a look at the area. You can see that we are up against this groaning type B2. It is actually pretty scary. And we start down here. We're up against the same OCU unit as before. Not too sure what that actually is, but they got that snake icon. So yeah, we start down in the bottom, and we have to clear out these enemies to begin with, and we have to certainly make sure that we take care of these helicopters before we engage this top unit. The top unit, we should try to take out the helicopter first, and then after that, try to bait out one of the tanks and take it out, and then go after the B2. B2 has tons of life, it can do tons of damage with its melee attack, it's got that pile bunker thing, and its ranged attacks are no slouch either. So before the next mission, I'm certainly going to go do another simulator mission. I'm going to try to buff up our units a little bit, maybe consider building up the grapple to the point where we could use it, and possibly giving Christine a repair backpack so she can actually do something useful while we're fighting the B2, because obviously she's not going toe-to-toe with that gigantic pile bunker. But these are all things to think about in the interim before they do the next mission. Speaking of which, I'm going to save, because I've finished that difficult mission. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I played pretty well this time around on that last mission. I think I was much more deliberate in my play, much less sloppy, and actually thought a lot more tactically and a lot more strategically even. And it all turned out pretty well. The other thing to say about this mission that is coming up is that, Walter kind of mentions that the enemies are invading the city, so, we gotta be on our guard, but that is kind of a hint that you should try to clear this mission as fast as possible, and I believe you get a bonus if you clear it in 24 turns or less. So that's something I'm definitely going to try to do. We want as many RP as possible as we go through this game, especially because I'm not too inclined to spend a whole bunch of time in the gambling thing in the arena. I'd rather not do that, because I don't find that to be enjoyable at all, unless you're actually going up against the special teams that you can fight. In that case, it's a lot more fun. The arena, I should say, that's what it is. Right. So, I think that is it for this video. Just double check I saved. And, about the next video, I believe I will be doing another Vonser roundup. And I'm going to have plenty of models to talk about. I will even try to do a little blurb on the groaning we're about to fight. I can't actually, display it while I'm talking, because obviously you can't use mobile weapons in this game. Unlike Front Mission 1 on the DS, where you could use them. But I will still try to read the blurb about it after I finish with talking about all the Vonsers we can actually use, of which there are quite a few that we've run into, and so I think it's going to be quite a big roundup. So look forward to that. I hope to have it out in the next couple days. Obviously I have to do some translating before I can make that happen. But until then, yeah, I'll see you next time.